Well, good morning. It's great to see you, and welcome back to the Old Man's Workbench, where today we've got ourselves a bit of a construction project that, you guessed it, has something to do with this here lumber. So, the very first thing we're going to do is move this material over to the job site, and then I'll show you what we've got in store today. So let's go. Well, the drop-off was easy, and now the real work begins. That's a classic father and son assembly line. And what you see here is two men with one mission and about 1,500 pounds of heavy timber. Welcome to phase one of the ultimate backyard upgrade. I think he just picked up the pace, trying to wear the old man out. Well, that dog just ain't gonna hunt. We're gonna have to show him who's boss. And boom, lumber staged, back saved. Okay, so this is my back deck, and it's 15 feet by 20 feet, 15 feet wide, 20 feet long. And this deck was here when we bought the house 20 years ago, and the previous owner obviously put this deck in, and he made it with just 2x4s. They're not pressure treated or anything. They haven't weathered well. We put up with it, and my way of dealing with it has been to just cover it with rugs. You can see these rugs, they were brand new a couple, 3 years ago. So the advantage of rugs is they're cheap, and you can cover up a lot of mistakes with rugs. The bad side is that they'll fade in the sun, and they'll get moldy. So we've decided to fix it in true fashion. All I'm going to do is take these rugs off and cover it up with, not rugs, but wood. We're going to take everything off of here. We're going to get rid of these rugs, and then we're going to take these pressure treated Southern Yellow Pine 5/4 16-foot boards, and we're just going to line them up like this. You can see we're going to have about a foot to cut off at the end. They're 16 feet long, they're 6 inches wide, and since this is 20 feet wide, my math says that we need 40 of these. I've got 43 boards, so a little bit of a fudge factor built in there. So that's the plan. This shouldn't hopefully take too long, and we're not going to get too fancy with it. So we're going to start removing the furniture off the deck and getting rid of this old rug, and then we'll get to installing the new boards. So let's go. All right, this gives you a better look at what the deck looks like underneath those rugs. And actually, it's not in too bad a shape. We got rid of the rugs, cut them up. We're going to take them out to the curb on trash day. As you can see, these are just 2x4 by 8. Some of them are 8 feet, some of them are 10 feet long, but they're not even treated. They're just regular pine 2x4s, and they're just nailed in. In the summertime, when it gets hot out, the wood tends to shrink up a little bit. A lot of these nails pop, and the rugs really were designed to do two things for us, and that was, number one, cover up, this mistake of a deck, and number two, just keep the deck boards from popping up. This is what we're dealing with. We've washed all the grime off, so we're going to let this dry over the next, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour with the sun on it. And then we'll get to put some of these boards on and see what that looks like. Well, the deck dried out in no time, but with the sun directly on the work site, we decided to wait until we had a little shade before we moved on to the next phase, which is laying out the lumber on the deck. So that's what we're doing here. We had to do a little fitting around those posts, but mostly we're just trying to make sure that the boards are straight. The whole process took probably about 15 minutes. All right, so it's the next day, and yesterday, Memorial Day, we got all the decking put down, as you saw, and then we snapped a couple of lines and just put some screws down. These are 2.5-inch decking screws along the lines here, trying to space them evenly here. You can see we got one of them wrong, measure twice, cut once, that type of thing. So we were able to correct that before we got too far going the wrong way. We've got a couple more here that we're going to do right now. And then we're going to cut the edges. And the way that I'm planning on cutting the edges is to put a couple of these planks perpendicular to all the other deck boards here on the ends, and then cut right along here so that this comes to the edge of the deck. And that way, we hide the rough edge here on the end. And I'm going to do the same thing. I think I've got enough. If I don't, I'll go back to the big box store and get more, but I think I've got enough. We're going to do the same thing up here just to kind of clean it up. We'll miter the edges, but that's about as fancy as we're going to get. So we're going to get going. It's a little later in the day. It's Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. Had to work today, so that whole working for a living thing is really cramping my lifestyle. And if you guys would do me a favor and just give us a like, leave a comment, and by all means take a second to subscribe. We're working towards almost 1,000 subscribers. We've got a little over 700 right now. We'd love to have you guys along for the ride. So please, hit that subscription button and help a guy out. All right, let's get to work. All right, let's snap a line here. So for now, we're just putting one screw in, about an inch from the edge, and we want to make sure that it's straight and there is no adjustments to be made before we put the second screw in. But we're going to put 2 screws in every board, every 2.5 feet is about the distance between these chalk lines. And the only reason we're putting chalk lines in is, I don't know, I guess I just don't want to have the screws kind of meandering all over the place. It just takes a second to snap a line. Here I am putting in a simple row of those decking screws. Right about here, my back is screaming, "You can't do that, boy." But my pride is saying, "Oh, yes, you can." Oh, man. I'm getting too old for this. Good enough. All right, last row. Sure hope that people watching this video subscribe to the channel. This is killing me. All right, now that these are all screwed down, at least with one screw, remember, we're only half done. We've got to put the second screw on each one of these boards in each one of these spots. So looking forward to that. But right now we're gonna put this cap on the end, and the way that we're gonna do that is we're gonna measure in 6 inches from where we want the edge to be. So we're gonna want about an inch of overhang, and this one is right to the edge there. So we've measured out an inch, and we're gonna just mark that right there, and then we're gonna go to this other side, and we've done the same. We've gone to the edge, we've measured out an inch. We're going to go here, and then we'll measure the other side there. We'll do the same thing between the posts and then on the other side of the post. Again, I can always take off more, but I can't take off less. So if I'm going to err, I want to err on the side of cutting it a little too long. And if I got to trim a little off, I can do that. So when I cut, I'm going to set it up so that I cut on this side of that line. All right. Time to get to cutting. Moment of truth. Yikes. I think that's exactly what we're looking for, something like that. With a little bit of overhang, it'll work out just fine. All right, well, it's the next day and we're back. We had to call it for the evening last night. As you can see, we got as far as putting one of the edge boards in. This is the whole plan here. We're going to do this. I decided not to miter the corners. There is nothing on this deck that is square, so putting miters in is just going to draw attention to that. We're just going to butt the corners up like this on either end. You can see I've got it marked out. We're going to cut these out and then put another one of these boards here on the edge, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to do the same thing on this edge. So this shouldn't take too long. Famous last words. I said that 2 days ago. But the only way to get it done is to get to work. So let's get to it. We got the second one of those shorter boards that they included with the delivery lined up here. It's going to be the companion piece to this on this side here. You may notice that I've got this overlapped here a little bit, and that's because I'm going to bevel the edges so that they sort of mesh with each other, kind of like that. And maybe there won't be such a big gap. Maybe there will, I don't know. You know, but I've got the board feet, so I might as well use it. And then obviously we're going to notch out for this post here, just like we did here, and see how she fits. So let's get going with that. There's that scarf cut I was talking about. Rather than a straight cut down, I just did a 45. All right, well, we're getting down to the short strokes here. So we've cut a 6-inch wide stripe here for this to fit into. We cut a bevel in them again so that when they fit together, you'll hardly be able to see that from the top, other than just the grain changing a little bit. We notched out a little bit for the door frame, and we left it a little long just to give ourselves a little room. We'll chop that off at the end, but let's see how it fits. Oh, and we did notch out a little bit here. So far, so good. I can live with that. So let's see how this one fits in there. We have to take the other one out to fit this one in, because the other one goes on top of this one. A little tighter of a fit right here at the door. I could trim that if I wanted to, but I think it'll be all right. And let's see how this one fits now on top of that. And there we go. I like it. And the only thing left to do is to stain this, which I think we'll take care of tomorrow. I'm going to clean this all up. Okay, we've got some semi-transparent stain and sealer by Cabot. This is supposed to be cedar color, and put it on one of the cutoff pieces, and that's what it looks like. I guess that'll be all right. So let's open it up and see if we can't start putting some of this down. All right, stir this up a little bit. I don't think it needs a lot of stirring, but you know, we'll go through the motions anyhow. Just going to cut in a little bit here along the house. I don't want to get stain all over the white siding. Like that. Once we get this done, it should go pretty quickly. And it dries pretty fast too. Let's see how this goes on. Oh yeah. You know, initially I couldn't figure out whether I wanted a clear stain or a solid stain. So I decided to split the difference and just go with the semi-transparent. That way I could only be half wrong. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with the color. I'm really happy with the way that it's turning out. It's rolling out nice and easy, and it's working its way into all the different cracks and nooks. But it's pretty clear at this point, at least, that we're going to need another coat before we're all said and done. Number Number one rule is do not paint yourself in a corner. And it looks like we've had just enough of our stain here to finish up the first coat. We'll have to go get another gallon at the big box store. And I kind of knew that was going to happen anyhow. This part that's in the sun is already mostly dry. We'll go get our other gallon of paint, and by the time we get back, most of this should be in the sun and drying up quite nicely. So I think we'll get this done certainly this afternoon. That'll be nice. Call this project good, or at least good enough. All right, well, we went to the big box store, got ourselves another gallon of stain, put it on, and that was a few hours ago. So we let it dry, and it should be pretty much done at this point. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think we can go ahead and put the deck furniture back on here, and then we can call this project done. Well, there, all the furniture's back, and the deck looks good. Nice outdoor living space that we were able to put together. It took a little longer than I thought it was going to take, as most projects do. But all in all, I think it turned out just fine. I think we might even have a little cookout here tonight. This is probably where all the cool people are going to be hanging out. Well, the cookout was a grand success, and we're just having a little bit of s'mores to go here before we shut her down and call this video good. Appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout this project, and we will see you in the next one. That s'mores is looking good. Oh yeah, got a little fire going.